Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of our NASCAR Heat 5 career mode here on the channel. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we head to Phoenix Raceway here in the Cup Series, a short track that I'm a bit nervous for, to be completely honest here with my history at this racetrack in this career mode series. As you see the current finishing order from the Phoenix Raceway weekend here in both the lower series with the Xfinity series as well as the Truck Series. Here we saw John Hunter Nemechek actually win over there at Las Vegas on the Truck Series side of things. A new paint scheme here on the car thanks to Sanok Manik, a part of the Discord community over there, as you can join that server by the way if you follow the link in the description here. Now a beautiful traction livery that he has made for us. So we come through into some qualifying action here from Phoenix Raceway. I was excited for this one because you know what, as well as I might not race well here I should say, but I still enjoy at least driving this track. But it was not a great qualifying effort for myself. It wasn't terrible. We come through to cross the line with a 26.821 and actually get our best qualifying effort of our Cup Series career so far, and that was P21. So there we go, making some improvements here in qualifying trim as we're going to check out the rest of the qualifying order. Up at the very front, it's going to be Denny Hamlin with that offer pad Toyota Camry on pole with Ryan Blaney joining him on the front row. Penske Racing, they have been pretty strong this season there as we unfortunately get out-qualified by both of our Richard Childress Racing teammates as usual once again, and Austin Dillon, Tyler Reddick all start up there towards the top 15. So we have our work cut out for us. Like I said though, coming into this race here in Phoenix, I don't have a good history really in any racing game for that matter when it comes to Phoenix Raceway, spanning all the way back to Heat Evolution to even NASCAR 14, NASCAR 15, and then even on say iRacing. I've just never been that good when it comes to Phoenix Raceway. So obviously this is where we will decide a champion this season, a part of this career mode, and same for season 2. But after that we are going to look back into some custom modded schedules here if the series is still going by then, of course. Here you see another nice look of that traction paint scheme there made by Sanok. Shout out to him as we get ready to go green here from Phoenix Race, where Denny Hamlin in that offer pad Toyota Camry will lead the field to the green flag. As the green flag as we are underway, you see the QR code there that Sanok slapped on the hood of that car. Scan that on your screen right now that it should come up and see where that takes you here. Now it might actually be one of my videos that takes you to here as we head down into turns 1 and 2 for this opening lap of many laps here. Over 70 laps in this race here from Phoenix today, but stage 1 only about 18-19 laps here in stage 1, so we don't have to worry about tires really. We don't have to worry about fuel. Stage 2, it cuts it close on about both tires and fuel I believe, so we'll have to be a little bit conservative especially on the tire side of things in stage 2. And then of course stage 3, you really don't know what to expect. It really depends what is thrown at you. We can see in this opening lap we've already gotten past our teammate of Austin Dillon. Not a great start for our RCR teammate Tyler Reddick. On the other hand, he was 3 wide up there in front of us right there, trying to make some headway towards the top 10. Joey Logano has taken the lead already over Denny Hamlin, who's falling back, and Kyle Larson's getting up there in the mix, trying to move up into second place. Austin Dillon back up my inside here as we come through to cross the line, so we gained a few spots, but now we drop back down behind Austin Dillon. We were 3 wide actually here with Michael McDowell and Kurt Busch, and made some contact because I failed to realize that we were 3 wide coming through the little dog leg area. So we dropped down to 19th place, but fight back around the outside of that number 17 of Chris Buescher, and then we started to try and move our way forwards here. Alex Bowman was behind me. He was on the move in that number 48 Ally Financial Chevrolet, so I was keeping an eye on him and wasn't really preparing to race him too hard because I knew how fast that number 48 car was here. Now as we're on the outside of that 47 of Stenhouse, we get back past him, up into 16th place we go. So we got speed in this car today. I think the first time this season that we've had decent speed in this car here. As you can see, we were racing with Ross Chastain. A bit of a mistake there. Opened the door wide open for that number 48 of Alex Bowman to be able to come through, slip through on the inside and make that pass up into 16th he goes, and he's going to breeze by Chastain and go into 15th place as well as I continue to work on that number 42 for Chip Ganassi Racing. You can see my turns 1 and 2 looked a lot different than 3 and 4. 3 and 4 I'm running the bottom, and 1 and 2 I'm kind of gliding the car up towards the wall and then using the bit of the diamond effect and arcing it off the corner, and that strategy was working pretty well. And it took a few laps to kick in though, because in lap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 or so in a run it really wasn't doing much, but once you get past about 6-7 laps it starts to kind of sway in your direction here. Now as we continue to move our way forwards, now we had run down our teammate of Tyler Reddick. Austin Dillon had passed him, and now here I was working on passing that number 8 machine here in these closing laps already of stage 1, but we get clear of that number 8, and then we would actually by the final lap of stage 1 run down our other teammate of Austin Dillon. We have a chance to be the best RCR car here in stage 1. None of us unfortunately going for stage points, and that's going to be a big hit throughout this regular season. but we're really focusing on just stage 3 finishes at this point, making sure we get enough points there so we can comfortably make the playoffs here. Joey Logano breezes through to a stage 1 win. He really had no competition. He's been so strong early on so far in this season here, as we would cross the line for a 15th place finish in stage 1. So 14th, 15th, 16th for Richard Childress Racing with Austin Dillon, myself, and Tyler Reddick. And we're really emphasizing the team play this season. We're really going to try to work together with Austin Dillon, with Tyler Reddick when we can, to try and get all 3 RCR cars in the playoffs. That would be a big thing. And even if we could help our Alliance teammate with Trackhouse and Daniel Suarez into the playoffs, even better if we can make that happen here. As we came into the pit lane 15th, we exit 15th, ready to go green for the start of stage 2. As usual here from Phoenix Raceway for the start of stage 2. Turn it up. It's time to get amped. Lots of action there on that restart in stage 2. We're now ahead of that number 3 of Austin Dillon. You got our other teammate Tyler Reddick just in front of us. Joey Logano continues to lead the way over drivers like Kyle Larson are up there in the mix, as well as Denny Hamlin. Alex Bowman's trickling his way up into the mix as well, so don't count Alex Bowman out in that number 48 car. Bit of a subpar start to the season in this career mode to Alex Bowman's season, but he's really starting to pick it up, and he's showing that he's got some serious speed in that ally number 48 for Hendrick Motorsports here. Now to the outside of Austin Dillon, as he would actually get back past me. So he had run me down, slipped through up the inside, made a pass, but the fight wasn't over, because now we were at the kind of time where my car was starting to come in, and I was a little bit faster than the drivers around me, and we were actually going to go 3 wide with Austin Dillon and Tyler Reddick. We talked about trying to help each other as teammates. Well, certainly not doing any favors to anybody right there, or ourselves, going 3 wide with all 3 cars on the team here now. But we split the number 37 of Ryan Preece, myself, and Austin Dillon do, and we'll move up into about 14th, 15th place here, heading down into turn 1 with a little bit over 10 laps to go in stage 2 at this point. I did mention that we got to be careful with the tires here in stage 2, and the field is a little bit close, I think, but I can confirm feel we will make it, but the tire situation wasn't quite sure about here. As actually you see on the pit lane, there's smoke pouring out of the back of the 23 McDonald's machine of Bubba Wallace. That's going to be the end of the day for the Daytona 500 winner from the beginning of the season here. And now 21 laps in of 25, 5 laps to go, come to 4 laps ago, the tire icon had come on, but I had driven away. I got clear of Austin Dillon and had driven completely away from that number 3 Bass Pro Shops car. So you can see that the long run really benefits myself, and by the time we come through to the final lap of the stage, we had run down lap traffic. Ryan Newman having a miserable day for Rush Fenway Racing, and look who was leading on the track map. It wasn't Joey Logano anymore. It is the old king of Phoenix Raceway, and that is Kevin Harvick, the 2014 Cup Series champion who used to dominate this racetrack. Obviously hasn't done that in recent years, but nonetheless, he exits turn 4 to believe he gets his first win for stage 1 of the season here. Now, as you have a chance to pass Matt DiBenedetto before 10th place gets to the line, but it's not quite going to happen there. 14th place here in stage 2, but nonetheless, we have had a really solid performance here. Other than Mid-Ohio at the road course, this is the best overall race that we've been running so far, and unfortunately not quite in the stage points, but clearly you can see this team has the potential to make improvements throughout the season, and we are certainly showing that here now as we run in 14th place, coming into the pit lane for, of course, 2 cans of fuel, 4 fresh tires, as myself, Austin Dillon, Reddick right now 14th, 15th, and 17th here. So all of us up inside the top 20, and you can see my right rear tire only had 3% when we crossed the line, so we are really lucky there wasn't another lap here in stage 2. Otherwise, we might have found ourselves with a right rear blown tire here as we get now this third and final stage underway from from 13th place, gaining some ground actually on the pit lane there. Chase Elliott in that Uni-First machine in 12th place as we glide down into 1 and 2. Kevin Harvick, Alex Bowman all up there in the mix with Joey Logano. So Alex Bowman, I said don't count him out. Well, he's in the top 3 right now, going for a potential race victory in about 28 laps time once we cross the line. And we saw in a 25 lap stage, when we finished the stage, our right rear tire was only at 3%. Well, now we have a 29 lap stage. So we have to go 4 extra laps. What we of course don't know if there's any cautions coming or not. So far it's been a relatively calm race there. So if it does go green to the end of this race though, well, we might be in a bit of trouble with the tire situation, but I also don't know if we can quite make it on field either for 29 laps. So it's going to be really close. Nonetheless, no matter what the situation is here now as Kevin Harvick continues to lead. I was trying to fight with William Byron in that Exalted Chevrolet there for that number 24 car. Just didn't quite have enough for him, and I kind of stalled out here in 13th, and it doesn't help when you do that. I choked on the exit of turn 4 with 23 to go, hit the outside wall, leave the door wide open for my teammate Austin Dillon here down into turn 1, and he is going to cruise right on past on that inside line. Not the moment that of course was looking for. Fortunately, we didn't hit the wall hard enough to actually affect the handling of this car, so it was still driving okay, but I did kind of get stuck here for a little bit behind Austin Dillon until that right there happens with our teammate in the number 3. He blows an engine. The green flag is going to stay up, but of course when your teammate blows up a few car lengths in front of you, not what you want to see, because now you're worried about your other teammate. You're not worried about myself because we can't have an engine failure in this game, but of course worried about my other teammate of Tyler Reddick at this point here now as we come through, focusing on the end of this race because no caution came out. We still got to go. 13th place. This is the best we've run all season long on an oval, and we are closing in on the cars in front here. Lap 65. You can see the gap is closing. It's not closing quick enough to really do anything, but we are still proving that we've got some decent speed in this number 27 RCR Chevrolet. Now as William Byron on the exit of turn 2 blows a tire, a cloud of smoke everywhere, a big accident. You could barely see the 24. Thank goodness AI took over, because I don't think I would have been able to see where I was going, and I would have slammed into the 24. But that is going to likely be the end of William Byron's day. The caution comes out in the final 13 laps. I would come in and take about half a can of fuel and 2 right side tires, as well as make some repairs to the car from hitting the wall earlier, and we don't lose or gain anything. However, Kyle Larson loses 6 spots on the pit lane in that number 5, so he is down to 11th. So he might have taken 4 tires instead of 2, or just had a bit of a slow pit stop as we get back underway here. Less than 10 laps to go. Kevin Harvick, he took the lead in stage 2 and hasn't looked back since. Can he hang on for his first win of the season and continue these repeat winners now as we come through 1 and 2? And I'm trying to be smart here. I have an opportunity to get my best oval finish of my debut season here in the Cup Series, so I don't want to do anything too aggressive, get myself into some form of trouble, but at the same time I do want to get aggressive so we can try to maybe gain a few extra positions in these closing laps and just make my number 27 Traction Chevrolet pretty much as wide as possible. But we hold on to 13th place, and I knew it was going to be really tough for me to move from there, but surprisingly, look what happens. I run down Denny Hamlin, I run down Matt DiBenedetto and Kurt Busch. Coming to the final 2 laps of this race, we have a chance to fight for a top 10. The car just kind of kept improving as the race went on, and we come through to 2 laps to go. Hamlin 11th, DiBenedetto 12th, Kurt Busch up there in 10th place. Unlikely that we get the 1 car, but could we get that 21 or that 11? That would be pretty big for us here now, as we're going to try and do a little bit of a switchback maneuver here on the 21, crossed over to the inside of DiBenedetto down this back straightaway. A lap and a half remains. Harvick just trying to get to that white flag, of course, into 3 and 4, and we will clear Matt DiBenedetto. The race is on for the top 10 because they're side by side with the 11 and the 1 in front of us. Kevin Harvick leads the way, and he is long gone down into turn 1. Hamlin steals 10th from Kurt Busch going down into turn 1, clears him with ease, and we sail it off up the track, going for that diamond effect here to at least try and get 11th on Kurt Busch, but the caution comes out in the closing moments of this final lap, and the race will end a few moments early, and we are going to get credited with a 12th place finish. And it was actually Kurt Busch. You see smoke pouring out of the back of his car right there. Kurt Busch was reasoning for the caution. He is lucky a caution came out, because instead of getting 11th, he would have been all the way down the grid and probably about 38th place. And what was interesting there was Austin Dillon, who blew an engine earlier, actually got back out on the track, only lost like 1 or 2 laps. So Kevin Harvick, though, another new winner on this season. season and a strong day for us overall here in Phoenix, just short of a top 10. So if you guys enjoyed, of course, you know what to do. In the next one, we head to Atlanta Motor Speedway. 5 races in, 5 different winners. Can we continue to repeat that in Atlanta, where we still find ourselves in the playoffs as well? So we're looking pretty good so far now as we continue to, of course, try to get our teammates in the playoffs as well. But that does it for me. Thank you all for taking the time of your day for watching Eric Jones' nearly rival, and same as Bushel. Let's hope that doesn't go any further. Have a great day, everybody.